Hello, everybody. My name is Sean Jones, and I am going to be your instructor for the Fall 2017 online section of IT Support 108 Enterprise Desktop Support. This is going to be the first of many of the video lectures that you will have throughout the semester. These are going to be very short videos. I won't be doing more than 5 or 10 minutes at a time. And they're going to be designed to be very specific and focused on a certain item or a certain task. In this case, it's going to be the syllabus. This one will be probably closer to 10 minutes because I have a few things I need to explain. So the purpose behind this course, what we are trying to do is teach you the information you need to pass the 7697 certification exam from Microsoft. This is the first of a series of tests that will get you MCSA certified, which is the industry standard certification suite for Microsoft. This is what many IT professionals are required to get either before they get their job or in order to get their job. So it's very important. It's a very useful certificate. And that is what I'm going to be teaching. It's going to be how to install, configure, and manage Windows 10 from an IT perspective. So again, my name is Sean Jones. My email is jones, that's 2 S's, 39 at matc.edu. That is the best way to get a hold of me. My office, M350, is shared with about 7 other people. I don't have a phone, so email is really the only way to get at me. My office hours, as you can see, Wednesdays 11 to 12, Fridays 12 to 1, or by appointment. I don't expect any of you to make it down to campus to be able to see me at those times. I will send out a separate email or possibly a small video lecture to show other ways that you can get a hold of me. I will be available online at any of those times if you can't make it on campus. In fact, there's a good chance I won't make it on campus at those times. So please email me that first before you do anything else. So if you have questions, I might be able to answer them right away, or we can set up a time that we can meet face-to-face or over Skype or something like that if you need longer help, something that email necessarily wouldn't be able to help you with. But I'm available. As long as I am not in class teaching a class, I am available to help and answer your questions. So hopefully throughout most of the semester, you'll be able to get a response from me shortly, within an hour or something like that. Okay? So the textbook, that we're going to be using is the Microsoft Specialist Guide to Microsoft Windows 10, Wright and Plesnarski. They have written many good books on certification over the years. We've used theirs for XP, for Vista, for 7, and now for 10. The bookstore does not have this mapped to our section. Don't worry about it. If they say you don't have a textbook, they are wrong. This is the textbook you need. Everything that we do for this semester is going to come from this textbook. It's very important that you get a copy of it. And it's important that you get a copy of it soon because the first lab is going to have information in the book. The first quiz is going to have information from the book. So speaking of quizzes and labs, there are going to be essentially 4 things that we are going to do throughout this course, 4 deliverables, if you will, things that you're going to need to do. The first is there will be weekly quizzes. It's going to be based purely on material from the textbook. They will be done in Blackboard, and I will have a separate video lecture introducing Blackboard and how we are going to use it in this class. They are open in the beginning of the week, and they are open all week. They are not timed. They are open book. You can stop them and save them and come back to them throughout the week if you want. All that matters is by the end of the week, by the end of Saturday, you have the quizzes completed and turned in. That's it. That's the only requirement for quizzes. Now, labs, same thing. The labs will be opened up on Sunday. They need to be submitted by Saturday. The labs are going to be taken essentially from the textbook. They will be the exercises in the textbook. There will be differences. And so I will have lab assignments posted on Blackboard that will explain what I want you to do and what the differences are going to be. That, again, there's going to be a very short video lecture showing you what I'm expecting you to do for every lab, for what you're going to do and how you're going to submit it and how you're going to document it so you have something to submit to me. Okay? But the bottom line for this lecture is you're going to have labs that you'll have to get done every week. Discussion. Now, each week, I want you to be sharing brief thoughts. Now, I alluded to this in the email that I sent out prior to the semester starting. The idea of this discussion is not busy work. Now, they require us to have, the MATC requires us to have some class participation grade. And I don't want to make it some just busy work that, oh, I need to type stuff and respond to 2 people. That seems to be a common thing in these kinds of online courses. I want this to be useful. And so what I'm asking you to do is think about what it is you learned this week. When you studied stuff, when you read, when you worked on the labs, when you took the quizzes. I want some thoughts from you about what you liked or didn't like, what you learned, what you didn't learn, what you think you should have learned or wish you would have learned. Just anything that came to mind. But I want you to stop and review about what you learned and then write about it. Now, this is twofold. One, I want you to think about what you're learning so you're not just checking boxes until you finish and realize, I don't know what I just did. But also, you need to learn how to communicate your thoughts about technology to other people. This is a very, very important part of being an IT professional, is not just fixing things, but talking to people and explaining to them not just what you fixed or why you fixed it, but more what technology is about, how you approach technology, how you think about technology. Because we essentially are ambassadors to tech. There are a lot of people that don't know anything about tech, and we as IT professionals, one of our jobs is to make it accessible to everybody and to help everybody be able to use it and be comfortable with it. So that's kind of what this is about. Again, I'm going to give some examples in other lectures. Now, exams, there's going to be one practical and one midterm and one practical final. Practical meaning they're going to be very similar to the lab assignments. We are looking at making you do things that you would do, not just answer questions like you would on a quiz. It's much more useful, we've found, for you to have to implement basically a very long lab or a lab comprised of different sections, which is what it'll be. And when we get closer to the first exam, I'm going to give you some ideas. I'm even going to open the exam early because some of you may be interested in working ahead and getting things done early, and I'd like to help you with that. But I want to make sure that the exam that we have is going to be compatible with everything that I'm teaching out of this textbook, which is brand new. So I have to go over that. But within the next couple of weeks, you should see a midterm exam being posted. So that's it. Those are the things that you're going to need to do for this class. Weekly quizzes, weekly labs, a short paragraph on the discussion boards each week, and then you will have 2 exams throughout the semester. Okay? Now, things that you might be interested in knowing. One is how you're going to get graded, since you are students. The grading summary is here, page 2 of the syllabus. Essentially, as you can see, the quizzes and the lab assignments are the bulk of your grade. The weekly work that you do is most of what the grade is going to be. Each of the exams are 15% and 10% for the discussion board participation. Now, a note on that. As far as late work goes, I'm not going to necessarily punish you for late work. However, if you start getting behind, you will not do well, you will not catch up, and the further behind you get, the less likely it is that you are going to pass. It's just that simple. Everything that we do in this class builds on each other. Every week, we're learning new things that we have to know and understand the things from the previous week in order to be able to accomplish them. So, with the exception of week 2, which I'll talk about when I start doing the video lectures for week 2, these are all basically stepping stones. So you cannot get behind. I'm going to be reminding you each week about what's due. If you don't have things turned in, I'm going to be badgering you. So please, please, please stay current. I'm not asking you to do a whole lot more in the class other than doing the work and doing the readings. That's pretty much it. And it's not going to be as time intensive as other courses you're going to take, but don't put it off. Don't think, oh, I can do this later. It's very important. I can't stress it enough that you stay on top of the work and get it done. And again, if you're having any problems, if you have any questions, email me. I know we're not seeing face-to-face, so we don't have that connection going necessarily, but do not hesitate. When you start having questions, when you're getting stuck, if anything, something's coming up and you're not going to be able to get work done in time, email me, let me know, have the conversation, get the communication started, so I can work with you and we can help you get this stuff accomplished. Okay? So finally, contacting me, please, when you email me, put in the subject line ITSUP-108-800. That tells me that it is one of my students from this course that is trying to get a hold of me. I say that because I really do. It's not an exaggeration. I receive over 100 emails a day. I work for MSOE full-time. I work for MATC part-time. Just the administrative emails that faculty get amounts to about 20 a day. And then there's all of my students for all of the classes I teach. And then there's any other email that happens to come in. And then there is spam. So I easily get over 100 emails in a day. If I see that header in my email, if I see ITSUP-108, I'm going to click on that first because I know that is your only way of contacting me, and so that I know to prioritize it. So please do that. If you don't, it's not that I won't see it. It's just there's a chance that I might not see it or respond to it until later. Okay? So that's pretty much it. That is the outline for this course. I am going to do a small video lecture talking about Blackboard and the things that we're going to do there. And then I will also have some lectures on the first chapter coming up. So that will be all I'll have for you to view for the week, for week 1. And you're going to see other weeks starting to get posted as I finish recording them. So just very quickly before I sign off, the rest of the syllabus, take a look at. There, I have on there the course calendar, which is very straightforward. Each week we're going to be doing a different chapter. However, there will be more information that I will be giving you in lectures, in these video lectures, to add to the calendar. But essentially, this is the schedule. The blank down at the bottom, that 12/10 to 12/16, that's final exam week. That is going to be devoted entirely to catching up, to reviewing, to asking questions, and getting ready for the final exam. The grading scheme comes after that. I'll let you look at that because I think you all can read. And then there's a couple pages of class policies and MATC policies and things that other important information for you to read over. I'm not going to go over that right now. Okay. So that is it. That is all I have for right now. A little over 10 minutes, but this is going to be one of the longer ones. Okay. So welcome to the course, and feel free to check out the other videos to get started on downloading your software and getting your lab up and running. Okay. I will hopefully talk to you soon.